Okay, Aman, what's happening in the BJP? Because I think the Haryana Chief Minister, Mr. Khattar, met the Prime Minister yesterday. You've been reporting on Gujarat. Who's next is what everyone wants to know. Is there going to be another Chief Minister who's going to have to give them their resignation?
See, when I spoke to one BJP leader and asked him these questions which you are asking me today, he was silent and just summed up with one line saying, "Sab agenda pe hai."
Achha,
So,
which means what?
कुछ भी हो सकता है. Everything is on the agenda, and he said nobody saw what happened in Gujarat coming. At least not the way the whole cabinet has been changed. No one saw that coming, at least. Unless there were murmurs about the CM, but nobody thought that the whole cabinet will be changed. So the BJP is very clear about one thing: it doesn't want to lose an election. It doesn't want to lose an election because of unpopular or weak leadership. It is prepared to do that change and do it early. So obviously now when we see going ahead, so the three states which are going to go ahead to do elections, it is Himachal, it is Haryana in a while, and before that will be Madhya Pradesh. So these are the three states and the three chief ministers who obviously seem to be under some kind of a speculation, and both the Madhya Pradesh chief minister and Haryana chief minister were in fact in Gujarat for the swearing in. So it was an interesting side that as well, that are these two also under the specter of change. But I think the Himachal CM, I think the BJP is still in a stronger position. After the death of Veerbhadra Singh, it doesn't seem to be that Congress has its mojo there, So I don't know if Jairam Thakur is really under a bit of.
So is that the criteria in states where they feel the Congress has a mojo or a potential? They are the ones where they're going to change, like Karnataka, Gujarat also. If you go by the 2017, you're right about Himachal, Madhya Pradesh. Also, how Congress can.
See, Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj is seen as a strong chief minister. Shivraj and also is a long-standing chief minister, and you would see. It's very interesting. You see a Shivraj 2.0 in this term. He's become far more aggressive. He's firing officials from the stage. He's doing things like what Yogi Adityanath is doing in UP. Sometimes Madhya Pradesh takes the cue from that. So it's a more aggressive Shivraj in this avatar. It's like Mamaji 2.0. So maybe he's also making that effort to show that he's not like the old CM and not in that old mold. He's trying to reinvent himself.
Aman, what people are talking about, especially the Congress party and many political observers also, that the way they've changed the chief ministers also goes on to show that the central leadership is very strong. The state is not allowed to become strong. Complete reverse of what happens in the Congress party. So would a central leadership actually want a powerful chief minister, say in Madhya Pradesh? Isn't that the whole idea to change also? We don't let anyone else become too powerful. We have to send out a message that, the central leadership, the prime minister is the buck stops there. So therefore,
they have a lot of leaders in Madhya Pradesh. Actually, BJP has a number of senior leaders now. Narendra Singh Tomar, there's V.D. Sharma, who was made the BJP state president, who's believed to be very close to Amit Shah, as well as Jyotiraditya Scindia now. So there are more larger than life leaders with the BJP has.
Scindia as chief minister. I mean, I wonder what Digvijay Singh and
it would. Maybe it would trigger a similar thing what happened with Kamal Nath. So maybe BJP won't do. And it's a new entrant to the BJP. So I don't think the BJP is going to give that Scindia a chance so soon. But one interesting thing also about Gujarat, when we see, if we go back to Gujarat a bit, when we talk about strong chief ministers and strong cabinets, the way the entire cabinet changed in Gujarat, Congress has been contemplating doing a minor reshuffle both in Punjab and Rajasthan for I think for 3 months.
Process.
So they've not been able to take one minister, in the last 3 months, and Mr. Gehlot has dug his feet. Their captain has dug his feet. So, what is the Congress and you are going into elections into Punjab. Perhaps Punjab was a state which was fit for such an exercise which has happened in Gujarat.
So, like when this Gujarat thing happened, I remember over here, the leadership in Rajasthan, when we were told that Ashok Gehlot said this in private circles, कि मुझे इस बात की डर ही नहीं है, हमारे यहाँ नहीं होने वाला है. And which actually very sad reflection on the state of affairs in the Congress party, which shows that Gandhis don't have that kind of a power anymore. In fact, Aman, it's very interesting. I was speaking to one senior NCP leader. They said कि देखो, the difference between a BJP and Congress is that BJP के MPs चौड़ा होके इस बात पे घूमते हैं कि हम यहाँ हैं because of Modi. And Congress चौड़ा होके घूमते हैं इस बात को लेके we are here despite the Gandhis.
Exactly.
I mean, it's very sad reflection. Achha, now we come back just to digress because we're going to try and put out this point about Kanhaiya. Because this is what also we are discussing. I really want to know what the BJP thinks about it. I mean, it's very many feel in the Congress party कि क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग. They're giving a issue on a platter to the BJP, those sedition charges. And I know he's very aggressive. He speaks well. He's a kind of a leader which Rahul Gandhi gets very mesmerized by. In fact, someone in his office told me it'll be great to have him because he's a great guy. But won't it make it easier then for the BJP to say, "Dekho"?
See, we
You
saw in
always
the election, we
anti-national.
saw in the Bihar election what happened
Yeah.
with the Kanhaiya lost that election. So, see, this is right playing down BJP's alley. BJP loves these kind of fights, to show that, Tukde gang, as they call it, is on the other side, and, we are like the nationalist party. So, I don't think BJP is much more than happy when these things happen in the Congress. And we've seen that Congress, goofing up on all such appointments. And I don't know how much utility he can bring. Is he that kind of a mass leader? He couldn't win the election, at the end of the day.
That's the yardstick.
The yardstick is that, So about Kanhaiya, I think, let's see if it happens. But if it happens, I don't think the BJP would be much bothered by it.
But ये खून की this, what Hindu की दलाली और ये सब चीज गया. I don't know why Rahul Gandhi said it. I mean, he meant it in a different sense, but the sense came out all wrong. Now, UP elections के ठीक पहले ऐसा बोलना, it suits the BJP, but I'm wondering why the BJP even bothers about reacting to him. I mean, they're not a player there.
Well, he said Dalali, unki Dalali even for UP elections the last time. So we go back to that and how that backfired on the Congress. So Rahul Gandhi is always, he's aggressive. Obviously, that is I think what he thinks is his USP, and he wants to take on the BJP aggressively. So because he wants to go that message to go down, maybe go down the rank and file that we have to fight this party aggressively. That is the USP he's followed. That is his politics, and that is how he wants to do it. The BJP, obviously, when Rahul Gandhi says something, this battery of leaders come and counter him and point it out and all that. So that is the way the politics is right now. I don't know how much it really impacts the ground, because you really can't. I think attacking BJP and Modi-led government on nationalism, attacking them on that kind
that's
of thing.
That's a very soft spot as far as. Okay, now before we're going to start wrapping up. That one quick thing which we want to say, which perhaps you're not going to get to hear from anyone else, but we want to trigger it off, is about Rajya Sabha. Your guesses. Okay, my guess is that from the big problem for the Congress party is who is the right person to get. Rahul Gandhi wants someone young, and there's a lot of murmur now that Milind Devra has met Rahul Gandhi twice. Will he be given the Rajya Sabha berth? My guess is probably not, because there's a sense of entitlement, but with the Congress, I give up. I mean, I don't get it. But any surprises you expect from the BJP?
Well, let's see. BJP, let BJP, you never know. Like, we only know Kailash Vijayvargiya saying, I don't want to go to the Rajya Sabha. I will fight a Lok Sabha seat.
Why would he say that?
Well, it seems, I don't think he's not, maybe he's not going to get it. Maybe he's preempting it. And Kailash's stock is down clearly after the West Bengal election. What happened there? He hasn't even gone back to West Bengal after that. He's mostly in Madhya Pradesh singing duets with Shivraj now. So
Srinivas was offered. I was told Srinivas in the Congress was offered, and he's been seen as the messiah and a mascot of the whole COVID management and all. But apparently he said no. He said abhi nahi, agli baar sahi. I think renunciation is something which works wonders with the Congress party, and
maybe it's easiest to get a Rajya Sabha in Congress by leaving the Congress.
You're correct.
The way
I mean, today Sushmita and Priyanka Chaturvedi. Imagine
Jyotiradittya
Scindia. And imagine Randeep Surjewala, who was the boss of Priyanka Chaturvedi and Sushmita.
Exactly.
He's not got the Rajya Sabha. I wonder whether he's expecting to get it. We are going to be watching out on that space. Thank you so much for watching, Aman. And thank you very much for joining us. And we are going to be back next week again with Power Circuit and give you information which you're not going to hear from anyone else.
Thank you. Thank you, Pallavi.